Hi, I'm Jay and this is Athlete Fix, and in today's video we're going to be looking at a tweak for the weighted carry exercise to make it even more effective for enhancing shoulder stability. So for those of you who aren't already familiar with the weighted carry exercise, it looks something like this. The weighted carry exercise in its own right is a fantastic exercise. It helps improve scapular upward rotation, it helps increase the strength of your shoulder blade or scapular stabilizing muscles. It also, because of the fact that the weight is on one side, is the asymmetry there, forces your body to want to side bend and potentially in the overhead position want to arch, which creates this kind of reactive need for your core to have to stabilize against that from the front by bracing down and your obliques at the side from preventing that. But today we're not talking about the regular weighted carry exercise, we're talking about a variation to it to change the effects or change exactly what we're targeting in terms of working on. And that change is in terms of how you're holding the kettlebell. So rather than holding it in this position, we're going to be holding it in this position with the bottom up, hence the name. There's a couple of things that this changes the game about. So when we flip the kettlebell on its head like this, suddenly we're shifting the center of mass of the weight a fair few inches above our grip point. And what this does effectively is it creates an instability, or it creates these perturbations. And when I'm holding it just like this, you can probably see it fluctuating a little bit. The kettlebell now wants to drift, and it can potentially drift in any direction 360 degrees. When that happens, my shoulder stabilizers have to react to keep it centered over my hand. So throughout the exercise, when you're holding it in this position, your body is being challenged to both, one, detect the deviation from where the weight should be, and it has to react and quickly contract those shoulder stabilizer muscles to keep it centered, otherwise drops down. The cool thing about this is that it provides instantaneous feedback. So as soon as the kettlebell starts to deviate from that optimal position, it'll tell you. And in this way, it's excellent at basically helping your brain to groove or create the optimal kind of motor pattern in which to stabilize the weight, which is something that has really great residual benefits for when we take other weights overhead. Okay, so two things to think about when you're deciding which kettlebell to use. First thing is weight. So I have here an 8 kilo kettlebell and two 12s, and the weight range you're picking is really just light, so anywhere from about 5 kilos up to about 12 is the heaviest you want to be using. The second thing is the handle height, and although these two weights are the same, they're both 12, the handle height makes a difference. And as we said at the start of the video, essentially the fact that this weight is offset, or the center of mass of the weight is higher above your grip point, the higher the handle is, and that means there's going to be more perturbations, more instability for you to have to react against, thus making it more challenging from a stability point of view. So even if they're the same weight, this one will be more challenging compared to this one, so just factor that into your choice. So there you have it, the bottoms up kettlebell weighted carry exercise. Hope you enjoyed it. To finish up with a few prerequisites. One is you've got to have the overhead mobility for this. So if you don't have it, you're going to end up overarching your back to be able to get there and reinforce a bad movement pattern. So make sure you clean up that first. Secondly, make sure you don't use the same weight you use for a regular weighted carry for this exercise, or it's not going to end well. And thirdly, this is an advanced progression. So if you find that you're using even the lightweight, but you're wobbling all over the place, you're better off, and you're going to get much more from doing a simpler progression, or simpler regression, I should say, of this exercise, which we'll cover in future videos. If you haven't already, follow us at Athlete Fix on Twitter, and Facebook, it's Athlete Fix as well. Thanks again, guys, and see you next time.